Hi, everyone, and welcome to another really special Talking Song episode. We have Mira with us. Welcome.
Hi Daniel, how are you?
I'm good. So
I'm
nice to see
excited
you.
to
And
be here.
I just want to share for the audience here that how this interview came about was actually a couple of years ago. You used to comment on the YouTube channel, and then,
hmm
and then I was like, hey, if you ever want to be a guest, that would be nice. And then just a couple of months ago, you were like, here I am, and I was so nice, so surprised, and thank you for being in touch.
Yeah, I used to be another side of the bridge. I used to watch your contents and yeah, those were really helpful to me. Your and Sean's, and yeah, kind of similar thing. Uh,
Ah.
I came across Elena's video, and that's how I found your channel, and then I started following your videos, advice, and it took a month, but yeah, it worked for me.
So glad it did, and that's of course what we want to hear about. So tell us, like, how did you start having trouble with sleep?
Oh, I was a really good sleeper, like before this everything happened, and so when COVID uh, was there in second at the second wave, it was bad in India, and some of my co-worker passed away, and then even I my dog passed away in the same month. It was too much for me, and suddenly I got a panic attack at night. So obviously it happened in night, so it started frequently every single night for like 10 days. Bad panic attacks, like I would wake up in sweat and everything. And then after 2 or 3 weeks I started having other anxiety symptoms and everything, and then I went just downhill. And yeah, that's how it started. And yeah, so after that I think as it happened at night, it really triggered me while sleeping because I was not able to fall asleep easily. I was always panicked. I never wanted to go in bed. I was scared of going in bed. Yeah.
I hear.
Mhm.
So these panic attacks happen at night, and did they? Were you did you fall asleep and then you woke up in a panic? Was that how it started?
Yeah, initially it started like that. Like I would fall asleep, and within a 2 hours, it would woke me up. It will wake me up, and after that, 10 days, I was not able to fall asleep at all.
I see.
So for first 10 days, I would fall asleep and then wake up. But after that, I was so scared that my mind was so active that it won't shut.
Yeah.
So no sleep at all.
Wow. And
Hmm.
at this point, uh, did you like talk to anyone, see a doctor or anything like that, or what did you do?
Yeah, actually, so it was a very bad COVID wave going on in India at that time. So it was very hard for me to go to hospitals because those were like overwhelmed with the patients of COVID, and I was already scared of COVID. So initially, I was saying no, no, but then my parents thought like, no, this is not right. We should go, and then they took me to doctor because I was having bunch of digestive issues too, so they were concerned about that too when I was not eating, and I was, so they took me there. And after that I think the doctor did endoscopy, they checked my stomach and everything, and they were like, you're fine, there is nothing in you, it's just anxiety. And I was like, okay. They checked me everything. They were like, you are deficient, your vitamin D and B12. You should take these medicines. I took those. They even gave me some anxiety medicine that would knock me off in like 5 minutes. I took those for 15 days, and that's like, it was so heavy, it was so bad. So initially I took it, and then I tapered it down, and then after I got rid of those medicines, but it was just for a first month.
I see, I see.
Mhm.
And when you did you immediately, by the way, some people around you had passed away, your dog passed away, and when you woke up, did you immediately recognize that, aha, this is a panic attack, or did you think it was sort of something strange happening at first?
Oh no, it was. I didn't recognize that it was a panic attack because I was in sweat. I was like, okay, AC is working. Why am I sweating? Why am like not feeling good? I was feeling like heavy. My heart was pounding, and I was feeling nauseous. I in my life I never felt nauseous, and this feeling was so different. I was like, what is this happening? And I like a morning when my mother woke up, I was like, I don't know what is happening. I'm feeling like I will throw up right now. And I was like, I haven't eat like from 2 days. And she was like, maybe you're having nausea. So uh, I did not recognize what was happening. And at that, and those 3 days, I think I went to 20 of walk-in clinics, Daniel. It was so bad. I would go to every single doctor in my neighborhood, like something is happening, something is happening. Yeah.
I hear.
Hmm.
So that's time when you when your parents brought you to a doctor. You it wasn't like you said, "Hey, I'm having panic attacks." You were saying like, "Hey, I'm not sleeping. I'm sweating. I have nausea," like that.
Yeah, I think I had two main symptoms. Okay, I had like 20 of symptoms, right? But two, the triggering symptoms were like sleep and digestive issues.
Yeah,
Yeah, so they took me to gastroenterologist, and he was like, "No, you're fine." Initially I told him like, "Yeah, I'm not sleeping, and I cannot put food down. Like I cannot eat."
yeah.
So that was the two complaint I did to doctors.
And just you may not remember this now because it was a little bit ago, but you said I have like so many complaints. Just for the audience,
Mhm.
what can you remember some of the other things that were happening or were bothering you?
So yeah, there was like tickling sensation in my body, like sometimes hot flashes, sometimes cold feet, and dizziness, nausea, and the floater ice floaters and all of them, like, yeah, sweating, heartburn was the worst. And then after it got like burning sensation in here for
Yeah,
some reason, yeah. And then it went to nose. As it grew every day, it got worse, the symptoms of digestion, like. And then after I thought, maybe I have sinus, maybe I have this, maybe I have that, like every day, every week the symptoms would change. So I have a couple of them, and during sleep I had like a bad hypnic jerks. Yeah. So yeah.
wow. And so when you saw like the first doctor and they actually said pretty early on that, we think there's nothing wrong with you, it's just anxiety. Did you think like, oh no, this can't be anxiety, this must be something else, or were you thinking, oh, maybe it is anxiety? What were you thinking?
No, I knew. I never. Sorry. I didn't knew that it was anxiety because doctors were saying, like I told you, like I went to 20 clinics and all of them like gave me clean bill of health. Like, you are fine, go. You just have anxiety. And I was like, no, you're missing something. You're missing. I didn't even believe the reports that they were giving me, and I was like, no, no, no. There must be something wrong. You're missing something. No, this cannot happen. If
Totally.
everything's fine, then why am I feeling like this? Yeah.
And I want to ask you, pretty early on, somebody that prescribed some medication, and it seemed like after taking that, you did sleep, or did you still have, or what happened?
No,
Right?
I went to sleep, but like it was so heavy that it will make me fall asleep in like 5 minutes. I remember one time I took it and I was sitting on my swing and I almost fell from from swing, because it was that heavy and I was not aware that maybe it will make me sleep in 5 minutes. I was like, let me take it, chill a little bit, and then I'll go to sleep. But in 5 minutes it kicked and I was like about to fall, and my mom was like, you go upstairs and go to sleep. And then at that time I felt like, no, this is a heavy medication and I think I should do some research on it. So I did, and it was very heavy. And then after, slowly I tapered it down with the help of doctor friend. And yeah, that's how.
All right.
Yeah.
I just want to stay there for a second because so many people that struggle with the insomnia have this feeling, which is so natural, of course, so understandable, but think that if I only sleep,
Hmm.
all my problems will be solved. But in your case, you took this medication and you actually had this heavy sleep, but it's not like you were like had no anxiety after that and you were happy. In fact, you were worried about this, right?
Yeah, actually, the medicine would make me sleep, but it will wake me up again in 2 3 hours.
Ah,
So the thing was the same. I was falling asleep faster, but I was not getting like a beauty or good sleep, deep sleep.
I see. So
And it
just,
will
yeah,
wake me up again the same time when I had a panic attack during two 2 o'clock or 4 o'clock in the morning. And yeah, it was like a very bad time because I hated that time of the day.
I understand. So it just made you really sedated, and maybe you'd fall asleep kind of like
Mm-hmm.
when you didn't want to, but
Mm-hmm.
you're still having panic attacks and you're still not sleeping well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I understand. And now you want to come off this medication. So now we're like this. It sounds to me as if we're kind of like maybe 3 4 weeks into the struggle or something like that. Is that true?
Yeah, 4 weeks, 4 weeks, yeah.
This is 4 weeks in,
Mhm.
and just take us from there. Like sort of what happens next?
Then after I tapered down the medicine, and then after I started like sleeping a little good, but like it was not what I wanted. But again, I had so many other anxiety symptoms that I was even worried about. Like I was not eating at all, not at all, just a plain rice and some Indian food, bland Indian food. Yeah. So I was concerned about that and other symptoms, but slowly I started like and yeah, I came across, because I was having anxiety too, so I was finding something for anxiety too, so I come across Sean's channel where he was talking about then, and I found two of the episodes based on sleep on his channel too, so I followed those advice and I read Dr. Clairwick book, which made more clear everything. And slowly I just kept faith in it, like maybe someday I'll recover. And I was still positive, like yeah, let me just do it, let me just do it. Every one day at a time I was looking your content, Sean content. Whenever I feel bad, I'll go back to the Dr. Clairwork's book, I reread it, and Paul David's book, and all of the similar content. Initially I did the what the hypnosis and therapy too, but nothing worked. Only book your content on Sean content. That I stick afterward. I stick to your content and Sean's content.
Yes, yes.
Mm.
Which
Mm.
we I want to talk more about that, and you know what you found helpful there. But you mentioned hypnosis and therapy, and this could be interesting for the community who's maybe has similar experiences. Like what hypnosis? What was done, and what was the experience with that?
So initially, like one of my friend went through anxiety, and I spoke to her, and she was like, "This helped me, and I think you should do it." And I was like, "Okay, let me just give it a try." And uh, he made my appointment with a doctor who does this hypnosis, right? So I spoke to him. He was like, "You'll be fine," and then he sent me some presentation, and I did okay. Let's see how it goes. And then after he sent me one audio recording, and he was like, put this in your ear and go to sleep and you'll be fine. I tried one day, didn't work. I tried second day, didn't work. And third day I said like, hey, this is not working for me. And then after it's like, okay, let me send another audio. And he did again. And whenever I listened the audio, it even made me feel so bad that okay, I need these things to fall asleep. This is not good. I don't want these things to fall asleep, because it was making more anxious, more conscious, like am I sleeping or not, am I listening or not, and like this. Yeah, so
So
there was.
it was it some it was not somebody talking, it was just some type of sound, or
Yeah, it was COVID, so yeah, it was just like they were like doing distance thing, and they were
yeah.
sending me audio, that's it.
Okay, okay. Wow.
Yeah.
And how about the you said therapy? Was that the, talk therapy where people talk sort of about your
The
childhood, or
same
was it?
Yeah, it's same doctor. He might be like,
Oh,
he's like, have you gone through bad experiences in past, or do you have any childhood trauma? And I was like, no, I was a happy child. I grew up in a good, happy family. There is nothing here. I'm a very bubbly kind of girl. I stay happy most of the time. There is nothing. I'm good. And like, I don't know why this suddenly happened, because I'm not like that person. Yeah.
exactly. All right. So that those weren't helpful. And how did you? So by the way, for the audience again, Sean is Sean Kassam from Bye Bye Panic.
Mm-hmm.
And did you? How did you find him? Was it just like kind of randomly YouTube, searching YouTube, or
Yeah, yeah. I was so desperate for first month. Like I was so desperate to get better. So I was looking all each and every information out there. And then after, I don't know how, there was a one thing that stuck with me. Like, I don't want to manage this thing. I want to get rid of these things. So most of the information that were available on internet was just saying like, hey, you can manage this. No, I would just keep this article, and I was like, find another article that will tell me like, not managing. But like, that's how I found Sean. Like, his content was like, just uh, overcome this for one and once for all. Like, yeah. So I came across his channel, and it was like one of his client, or now partner in the business, Kelly. And her video, I saw that, and it was same story. She was saying everything what I was saying. Like, she went through it, and it was same, like similar experiences and everything. And I was like, yeah, this is what happening to me too. And this looked promising. So, and then after, I saw another video. Even in that video only, Kelly talked about Dr. Clairwick book. So I ordered the book, and then I read the book. Yeah. So
and what in terms of like, what were some things that you heard that you were like, oh, this could help me? Ah, now I understand. Like, what are there some kind of insights that you remember?
yeah, actually, the behavior, what I was in initially, how I was behaving, and the thing they were like describing in their story, they used to do same behavior, same patterns. And then they told how they were coming out of it. And my parents were telling like, you are overreacting, my siblings were doing. And I was like, no. And in their story, they told same thing, like, everyone was saying them like, you are overreacting, calm down, and same behavior, same patterns. So I was like, maybe this is the thing. And when I read Claire book, there was like a description of in a language there where a normal person can understand about brain, like the nervous system, like sympathetic, parasympathetic nervous system. And that made me sense, like, okay, maybe this is the case that is happening here.
Yes.
So
I see. And when I hear what you said, like it's our behavior, to me, it's like when our behavior becomes like, oh, I got to do anything I can to stop anxiety, to quell it, to get away from it. So like, then that actually makes us have it more. But when we're like, I'm anxious now and it's okay, I don't need to do anything, then it kind of fades away. Is it similar to that? What you experience?
yeah, initially 2 months, I told you, like, I was so desperate. I was doing this, and after slowly, it was so still hurting me somewhere. Like, it was still like there, but I started calming myself. I started taking baby steps. Like, I used to not listen music. I am a person who listen music every day for 2 hours, and my
Mm,
sister would like, she will call my mom, and she'll like, is she listening music? And my mom are like, nope, she is not. It was very hard for me to focus even for 2 minutes.
yeah.
I couldn't see TV, I couldn't listen music, anything. And slowly, I started listening music, started reading book again, started everything, going out with friends. I was never home. Before anxiety, I was never home. But now I was not going out. I was not meeting anyone. And then after I started going out, one time I remember I went on a trip with my friends, which is like 8 hours from my home. And I got a panic attack, because this is after 5 months, right? This is the first time I went out with my friends, And here is the thing, as soon as I stepped my foot out of the car, I got like palpitation in that town. I was like, what is happening? I was happy, so much happy. And then after my friends, I did not react in front of them, obviously. So many things were going inside me. I went inside hotel with them, and then they're like, let's rest for like, let's take us sleep for 2 3 hours, and then we go explore. It was like morning 6 o'clock, and everyone went to sleep, and I was in bed awake. I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. This is so bad. I cannot sleep. This was going on my mind uh, on the trip, and I tried so hard for like 3 hours, didn't work, and then I panic called my best friend. She lives in US, and I was like, I want to go back to home. I want to go back. It was like 8 days trip, and I was like,
And this
no.
is the first day now.
Yeah, and I was like, I cannot do for 8 days. This is going to like, this might kill me. I don't know. And she was like, you need to calm down. You are fine. You are with your friends. They'll take care of you. Don't worry. And I was like, no, 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 no. And after that, we went for lunch and everything. And suddenly, I don't know from where I had second panic attack. So bad. My heart rate was like, my resting heart rate was like 140. It was so bad. And I called my dad, and my dad knew that now I had to go and pick her. And
Mm.
my dad was like, should I come and pick you? And I was like, yeah. And he drove 8 hours, came to pick me, and brought me back home.
Wow. Well, and that was so, yeah, things had gotten easier. You had been like kind of more courageous, engaging with life again. Then this happened,
Yeah.
and and how did sometimes when something like that happens, we can be kind of like really deflated and kind of hard on ourselves too, and things like that. And sometimes we can learn from it too. But like after that, did you feel like that was a big kind of setback, or what happened after that?
Yeah, but I never like stopped myself from living my life. You know, after that, within a 2 week, and I'm so blessed. I had my parents at that time. They were my big support, and they're like, okay, let's go again to a trip, and this time you're coming with us. And I said, okay, why not? And after 2 weeks, I, my dad, my mom, and my grandparents, we went on a trip to nearby hill station, and I was fine there. For 2 days I had fun. I went on, it was a hill station, it was nature, so green, so good. So I went out for a walk. I would go for a walk. I won't sit at home. Even if my parents are at home, then also we were in an Airbnb. So I was like, I had options of going on walk on a track, and I would go and just chill in the nature and do nothing, and it's such a relaxing trip. And that brought me confidence that yeah, I can go on a trip too. Yeah.
So nice. Oh,
Hmm.
that's so great. Sometimes parents, and I'm a parent myself, so I know like when your children are in a difficult place, you want to keep them safe and keep them comfortable. So oftentimes, parents may be like, "Oh, let's not go on a trip," but they understood that actually it would be helpful for you to go on a trip with them. So that's so
Yeah.
nice.
I was a I had a vitamin deficiency, right? So my father is a farmer, and he goes to farm every single day, and he would like encourage me, why don't you come with me to farm? Why don't you spend some time in nature? You can take a walk in the sun. You can like get vitamin D. And that's how I used to go on a walk with him and farm like for 3 4 months. I did that too with him. So yeah, it's a blessing to have such a supporting parents and a family and friends. Yeah, yeah. Everyone was there. Everyone was there. Yeah.
Now I want to ask you, at what point did you find our YouTube channel, the Sleeper School?
Yeah, it is. I think, Daniel, this is so nice fact about your channel. Was like when I found your channel, I come across Elena's video, right?
Oh yeah.
And yeah, it was like 3 o'clock in morning. Again, same panic time of a night. I was like searching, what should I do? What should I do? And I came across a video, and she was saying similar things, and I was so relatable. And I was like, nice, I found something good. particular. Okay, Sean's channel was about anxiety, but this channel was particular about sleep, right? So yeah, so there was a more discussion of sleep here. So I saw the whole video and I was like, okay, I don't have anything. And that night, within a 5 minutes, I went to sleep after watching the video.
That's
And
so nice. Yeah.
yeah, it's and but on the next day I was same. I had to see again. My mind would not like accept it like on a first day. It took time to accept the things.
Yes. So you found Alina, Coach
Mhm.
Alina, and then was it like through her or through the recommended something like that? Then you also found this channel, right?
Yeah, yeah, I think yes. Alina's first video, very first video when where
Oh, when
she
she was a guest here.
yes,
Oh, I understand because she has her own YouTube channel. Now I understand. So okay,
yeah.
so that's the one.
So yeah, after from your channel, I went to Alina's Instagram. I spoke to her too. Yeah,
I
and
see.
she was helpful. Like she's told me a few things which really helped me. Yeah.
Got it. And and I know it's the teaching is all the same. It's very similar. But is there anything you remember from kind of what we teach or our school that was helpful to you?
Um. Yeah. Yeah. Guess and break model.
Oh yeah.
That was thing.
Yeah.
I was like, I was so sleepy, but I was not sleeping. My eyes would tell like I need sleep. My body will tell, but then also I was like, no, 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 I cannot sleep. I cannot sleep. It was me who was putting my feet on brake.
Exactly. Yeah. So for people who are newer to the channel, that's like a foundational kind of model. We have the gas and brake model that explains how sleep works. So it's for anyone who wants to see it, it's in the This is NATO playlist, which is in the description of every video. But yeah, gas and brake model, very nice. And then so now
NATO too. NATO too. That helped me
the
too.
NATO concept, yeah.
Yeah. All of them, like, most of the content, like, as the story is same to for of everyone, all of this concept you're teaching, I think everyone who goes through these things can relate because it's same for everyone. There is
So
nothing
true.
different.
And now, when you had this, the trip that where you had the panic attacks, then your dad came, took you back. Then you went on the second trip, and you started getting this confidence back again. This is now like you said, like maybe 5, 6 months after it had started.
Yeah, yeah. 5 months, 6 months.
5 months, 6 months, and from that point on, was it like things really started to get easier, or was there still some difficult times ahead?
I don't think so. It was not as bad as first initial 2 months, I'm honest, but it was like on and off, on and off. I was not feeling like I'm recovered.
Yeah,
I was like, there was so many setbacks coming and going, right? But things really changed in this happened in April 2021, and now we're talking about December 2021, when my best friend came to India for her wedding, and she was helpful too, and she was like, why don't you plan my wedding? And I started like doing things for her, went out for shopping, we went on a trip again nearby, and I did her photo shoot and small wedding things, and it kept me busy for 1.5 months. I felt good.
that's so
So
nice.
yeah, she was the one who helped me, and she was the one who really told me, just like you, but in a very straightforward manner, that you're too much thinking of sleep. You should not think. It's the thinking that is putting you in this trouble. Don't think. Why you want to fall asleep? Don't fall asleep. It's okay if you don't fall asleep. She was like that, and she was like, you don't have to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Now it's often help. Friends can be a little bit more direct often than
Yeah.
which can
Very
be
direct.
helpful.
Yeah.
And
And
then
after
so, yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, yeah, and after that, like the wedding was over, and she was like, it was time for her to leave, and she came back to US. And when she left, I was like, now what? What will I do? My crutch is no more. So now what should I do? And on fourth or fifth day when she left, I had bad stomach pain, really bad. My dad took me to ER, got three injections, painkillers, and everything is so bad. Like I was on the floor crying. It was so bad. And I was like, what is this happening? And it was anxiety again, kicking in with a different symptom this time. Uh, it was the pain was for 2 weeks. I couldn't eat, not even a milk, not even a milk or a water. It was so bad, and I was like, okay, my life is over. What should I do? It's gone. And again, my parents was there. It's like, calm down, calm down, calm down, slowly, slowly. Again, I got a sonography done. There was nothing inside my stomach. I don't know what was happening. And slowly, slowly, those days went too. I moved ahead, move ahead. Like I was still trying positive, going out for a walk, going for a bike rides and everything. I never stopped myself doing those things that I loved,
Yeah.
and started doing those things again. I think that was the last time when I had a worse setback. After that, things went really nice.
Yeah. Very, very glad to hear that. And again,
Mhm.
so from, not that timelines matter to anyone out there, but just for the sake of like the story,
Mhm.
um, so it started. It was beginning of. Tell us again. It started when again?
April
Of 2020.
21.
Oh,
21.
2021. April 2021 is when it started,
Mhm.
and then it
Yep.
was like December was this wedding, right?
Wedding over in December. I had the worst setback in January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
And things started getting better after February.
yeah. So it's like almost a year long kind of journey from when it really
Hmm.
started and things really started getting easier for you, which is
Hmm.
so wonderful. Now, um, I have two more questions for you. One is if you could travel back in time and tell yourself something, those first times you had panic attacks or when it started, this started becoming trouble. What would you tell yourself?
There's nothing. Just go outside on a swing. By the way, I love chilling on swing. So what I will tell myself, like, just there is nothing. It's just a bad dream. Just go out,
Yeah,
chill on a swing, listen music, come back when you feel sleepy, and go back to sleep.
there you go. And one more question, which is, um, do you felt like this journey has taught you things that help in other aspects of life?
Of course, it helps a lot. Like with the
Mm,
patience, like you have to be really patient here. Your recovery is not going to happen just in a one day. It will test you. It will test you bad before everything gets better. So patience, and I think, yeah, you become more sensitive towards toward people struggles. When
yeah,
someone is going, you see when someone is going, they are not even, some of the people are not even aware that they are going something bad, but you can see from different distance that, yeah, there is something going on, and you become really sensitive towards them too.
yeah, absolutely. I've
You
heard of
see
so many
world
things.
differently now. And I think I used to see this all the time on Sean's channel, that people used to tell that if they have to go through this again, they would definitely like go through this because it made them a really good person. And I think I'm glad too, because I was like a very sensitive. I'm still sensitive, but like only for few things. Before this, I was like very sensitive, and
Um,
now I know where I have to be. Like I have to hold myself. Like, you don't have to think of this. Like, I'm not that bad overthinker. Before this, I was like very overthinker, and now I know how to keep grip on myself.
yeah.
Hmm.
Amazing. Wow, that's so nice. Such a nice story and so helpful for our community to hear this. You shared so many insights. So yeah, I just want to say it was so nice of you. Like years after I asked you to be a guest, you reached out to me. So I'm so grateful for that. And so I just want to say thanks so much for being here, Mira, and be in touch.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Daniel.
Bye for now.